So we've already finished our under the hood inspection process. So now we're gonna move along on the left side of the vehicle, and I want to start here with my driver's door. Uh, my mirror bracket, securely mounted. Uh, there's no missing hardware. My mirror's not cracked, not bent, not broken. Same way with the bracket. It's not bent, cracked, or broken. My driver's door, uh, it opens properly, and my door hinges are securely mounted, and they're not bent, not broken. I just want to check, make sure my door opens and shuts properly. Uh, my seal here, my door seal, there's no abrasions, no bulges or cuts on my door seal. Okay, that leads me to my fire extinguisher. There's three things I'd like to check on this fire extinguisher. I want to make sure that it's latched properly, which this one is, and my gauge is in the green, so it's properly charged, and my safety pin is in place with my fire extinguisher. All right, I'm gonna pull my little compartment door up. My spare fuses. I should have a spare fuse for each type of fuse used on the vehicle. In this particular vehicle, we have 6 spare fuses. My triangle box is securely mounted. It's not loose, not broken, it's not cracked. And I want to open it up and check. And I should have a minimum of at least 3 triangles available for that. Okay? All right. All right. We'll shut that up and we'll go ahead and close this door. So that brings me back here to my battery box. As you can see, my battery box is securely mounted. My top lid is properly mounted on top. My def cap, it's not cracked, it's not broken, securely mounted here with my def fluid. My steps, there's no debris, uh, there's not bent, they're not broken. Anything that could prevent a slip there, we want to make sure there's no oil present or anything on these steps. All right, so that leads me to my fuel tank. So my fuel tank, I have a front strap and I have a rear strap, and I want to make sure that they're properly mounted, secure, they're not bent, broken. Uh, and my fuel tank itself, it's not bent, it's not broken. And as we look under, we always want to look under it and make sure there's no signs of any fuel leaks. Okay, so my fuel cap, securely mounted, is tight, but I do want to open it up and check. I have my safety chain, and also my rubber O-ring is present for my fuel cap. All right, so there's a few things here behind the vehicle that I'd like to point out, and I do start from the inside middle and work my way out, so I try not to forget anything. So I'm going to start with my exhaust. As you can see, my exhaust is securely mounted. It's not loose, not broken, and there's no soot trails which would indicate any exhaust leaks. My drive shaft, securely mounted front and back to my universal joint, front and back securely mounted, no missing hardware. And I always like to check and make sure that there's no road debris or any debris that could be wrapped up with my drive shaft. Okay, my catwalk is securely mounted. It's not loose, it's not bent, it's not broken. My steps, securely mounted, they're not bent, not broken. And on both pieces there was no signs of any oil or no debris that would possibly make us fall or slip. Uh, my frame, there's no illegal welds on my frame. There's no unauthorized drill holes or anything in my frame, and it's not bent, it's not broken. My airlines, and we want to check the airlines on both ends. They're securely mounted behind the vehicle here at the front of the airlines. And right here, we want to check here. We have our blue service line, securely mounted, glad hands tight. Here's our emergency line, securely mounted, glad hand. It's tight, no signs of any audible leaks. And my light cord is plugged in all the way properly. and there's no cuts, no signs of any uh, burnt wires or anything on my cord. My airlines, they're not dragging the catwalk. They cannot touch this catwalk at any time. Uh, and there's no cuts, no abrasions or bulges on my blue line or my red line. And my electrical cord obviously is plugged in properly here at the back of the vehicle. All right, so a couple more things. My mud flap, I have my bracket. It's properly mounted and secure. There's no cuts. It's not broken. It's not torn. It's properly mounted, secure, and it's in the proper height off the ground, so that is mounted properly. Okay, so at this time I want to cover my fifth wheel components, and there are many components that we need to check on this fifth wheel. It's one of the most important parts of the vehicle. So I'm going to start here at the front of my fifth wheel, and I want to check my pull arm, my release handle, and it is engaged properly, locked into proper position, and I want to make sure it's not bent, it's not broken, it's not cracked. My fifth wheel itself, my is not bent, it's not broken. My pivot pin is not missing, it's not bent, it's not broken. On my slider, here's my slider bar for my fifth wheel. At this time, this particular setting is set all the way to the rear, and it's in the lock position. My actuator line to slide my fifth wheel is properly connected on both ends of the line, and there's no air audible leaks present, and there's no bulges or cuts in my line. My platform, here's my platform right here, and it is properly mounted, secure. It's not bent, it's not broken. My mounting bolts, they're all present. There's no shiny threads. There's no loose bolts. It's properly mounted and secure. All right. So I want to come around to the rear. And so my jaws are properly mounted and secure around the shaft of the kingpin. And there's no gap. As you can see, there's no gap, no daylight between my fifth wheel and my trailer. My trailer apron is not bent, it's not broken, and my kingpin also is not bent, it's not broken, and that will cover my fifth wheel. And I'm going to go ahead and cover some of the parts here on the back of the truck. So I want to talk a little bit about my tail lights on my tractor. They're red in color. They're not cracked. They're not broken. They are a running light, marker light, four-way flasher light, and also a right turn signal and a left turn signal. They're securely mounted, and there's no moisture present. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about my airbags, my mounts. Here's my top mount, and my bottom mount is here with a trailering arm, a single leaf spring that goes up toward the front of the vehicle, and both top and bottom mounts are securely mounted. They're not bent, not broken, and there's no missing hardware. My airbag itself is not no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts in this airbag, and I will cover some of that front mount with that leaf spring when I get to the other side there. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about my frame here. My frame, it's not bent, it's not broken here, and there's no illegal welds. Okay, so my shock, my top mount, and my bottom mount of my shock is securely mounted. There's no missing hardware. My shock is not broken in any way, and there's no signs of any hydraulic fluid leaking from the shock. All right, so my U-bolts, as you can see, they're properly mounted and secure. There's no missing hardware. They're not bent, not broken, not cracked. And I will cover that other suspension at a later time when we get up to the front. All right, so I want to go ahead and cover my brake components. We're going to start with my brake line, my air line. It's connected properly on both ends. The rubber line has no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts, and there's no audible leaks present. That leads to my brake chamber, securely mounted. It's not no audible leaks, no missing hardware, and my brake chamber is securely mounted. That leads me to my push rod. Here's my push rod and my slack adjuster, and they're both properly mounted and secured. There's no missing hardware. And on my slack adjuster, if I needed to check the play, I would release my tractor brake and check and make sure I had no more than half to 1 inch of play in my slack adjuster. And we'll go on with our tire next. Our inside of our tire, there's no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts. And I like to work my way from the inside out. So we're going to continue to work outward as we move along with the video. All right. So my tire, my tread, I want to check my tread depth on my tire. Okay. With a simple tire tread depth gauge. And looks like I got about 30 seconds on this particular tire. All right. Uh, there's no abrasions, no bulges, no cuts present. The tire has no flat spotting, no bad wear or anything like that on the tire. All right. Between the tire here, I want to check and make sure I have proper spacing and my wheels are securely mounted. No gaps present here where my wheels join. And there's no debris or anything that could be wedged in between my tires. Okay, so as we work from the inside outward, I'm here on my outside tire. So I want to talk a little bit about my tread. It's the tire has no flat spotting. There's no debris or anything like here on the backside. So I do want to check my tread depth. I'll use my gauge here, just like the other tires. And this particular one is around 30 seconds. Plenty of tread there on our rear axle tire. Okay, so on the outside of my tire, there's no abrasions, no bulges, or no cuts present. It's sealed around the rim good. There's no leaking there on the tire. And I want to check my air pressure in this tire at this time. Okay, a little over 100 pounds of pressure. So I'm properly inflated here on our tire. Okay, so our rim, it's not bent, it's not cracked, it's not broken. There's no illegal wales on our rim. Our lug nuts, they're all present and there's none loose. There's no signs of any rust trails, which would indicate our lug nuts being loose. And there's no shiny threads that would also indicate any loose lugs. My hub seal, all my hardware is present. My lug nuts are present on this particular hub seal, and there's no signs of any oil that could be leaking out of the hub seal. So all that's clean. Okay, at this time, I'd like to finish a little bit about some other stuff on my suspension because it's very hard to get it all in the video. So on the front here, front area, here's the leaf spring that we spoke about where the rear mount attaches to the airbag mount. But the front mount is securely mounted. It's not cracked, broken, any missing hardware on our front mount.